tonight a candidate for the House, and out of Rapid City, Chris Lee. Please come forward. Thank you, Oscar. It's truly a pleasure to be here. And Mike, where were you sitting when you came up to speak? Struck me very soundly. They found somebody to run against me as well, and her name's Krista. So let's beat them both. This is not my first trip to Plankinton. I had the great pleasure and honor as a young boy to learn how to pheasant hunt at Marv Steele's place, just down the road. Good to see you again, Marv. Not only did I learn the rules of proper hunting, but I also learned the lesson of the difference between a regular fence and an electric. That's a story for a different time. Take you back to 1972. Walking the streets of Lee Deadwood, campaigning for my father's Senate race. I'm with my 7 sisters and 1 brother and my mother. And we're canvassing door to door. I'm 7 years old. Walking around with leaflets, knocking on doors, and I vividly remember knocking on a door and a woman answered and I said, "Good morning, my name is Chris Lee. My father is running for United States Senate. Just some information, and I sure appreciate your support and your vote." She looked at me and said, "Sonny, I wouldn't vote for your father. He was the last man on earth." I slammed the door. So I ran across the street and I was trying to catch up with my mom. I had a box of flyers with me. And I tripped and fell on the curb and all of the flyers spilled out into the street. So at 7 years old, I'm picking them up and I'm putting them in the box. I'm sitting on the curb and I'm in tears. And my mom comes over and sits down next to me. And I said, "Mom, this is a very difficult journey. Why would Dad choose to do this?" And she put her arm around me and she said, "Because he believes in this country, Chrissy. And more importantly, he believes in your future." And I asked her, I said, "Well, it can't be easy for you. Why would you want to do this?" She said, "Because I believe in him." And it was at that moment I knew at some point in time I would make a run for public office. And it wouldn't be just because of the conviction of my father. It would be because of the strength of my mother as well. You know, Albert Pine, an 1880 author, wrote, "What we do for ourselves dies with us. What we do for others is and remains immortal." Julie and Annie, my wife Julie and daughter Annie, have made the sacrifice to allow me to do just that. It's something I care about so deeply, making a contribution to public service. For I believe everyone should serve the state and country in some fashion. And this is the choice that I've made. The discipline I've learned over the years comes from my namesake, great-grandpa Chris Lee. He immigrated from Norway in 1880. And I've been proud to tell the story over and over again, but I just found out tonight that I'm trumped. Because Dick Lee's family came over from Norway in 1850. But my great-grandfather owned a bank in Summit, South Dakota. And I was just there today to remind me of that discipline. I was in Aberdeen last night, and I drove over today, and I stood in front of that bank. Because in the 1930s, my great-grandfather went bankrupt. And he left himself and his depositors penniless. But instead of leaving, like so many others did during the Depression, he stayed. He stayed in Summit, South Dakota, and worked until he paid every one of his depositors back. Never compromise your principles. Never quit until the job is done. And never forget those who had confidence in you in the start. This is the discipline I carry with me tonight, and this is the discipline I will carry with me to Washington, D.C. as well. I make a commitment to everyone that I see and everyone that I speak to. You hear a lot about change, but it's not just about change, it's about change in direction as well. And that change in the direction that will be reflected from me is we need citizen legislators that think to the next generation, not the next election. And I know it's going to be an uphill battle, and I know it's going to be difficult, and I need all of your help. And the first thing I'll ask you to do is to start asking your Republican colleagues to stop voting for my opponent. The next thing I would ask is your faith and your prayers and your confidence and your enthusiasm behind this movement. And if you give me that, I will make a commitment to you that as I travel the state of South Dakota and I shake the hands and look in the eyes of the voters seeking the confidence of their vote, I will make the commitment to also look in the eyes of your children and grandchildren and seek the confidence of their future as well. Because that's what this is about. My name is Chris Lee, and I'm running for the United States House of Representatives, but most importantly, I am proud to be a Republican.